To do the legs of our Dachshund, we are going to start with a magic circle of 8 single crochets. This is the way I do my magic circles. I make an X and then I pull basically a slip knot through that X, and then that is your magic circle. The key to getting a clean looking magic circle is to make sure that these 8 single crochets are the same tension and they look nice and even. Cinching your magic circle down, you're going to slip stitch to join. You should have 8 single crochets, and now we are going to increase in each stitch. This will give us 16 stitches in our round. Here I am finishing up the last single crochet, and you are going to slip stitch in your first single crochet you made on that round. You are not going to go into the chain. This is going to give us a more seamless effect. For row 3, we increase every other stitch. This is going to give us 24 stitches. And then rows 4 through 5, you're going to single crochet once all around. Moving on to row 6, we are going to chain 1 and single crochet 2, and then we decrease 5 times. So I decrease by going into 2 back loops, like so. I pull up through both of those loops, single crochet as normal. This is called an invisible decrease, I believe. This will make your decreases less gappy and not as noticeable. Once you have 5 decreases, you are going to single crochet until the end of your round. I think it's 12, and slip stitch to join as normal. Row 7, we chain 1, single crochet 1, and then we are going to do that same decrease 3 times this time, going into 2 back loops, pulling up through both of them, single crochet as normal. You do this 3 times, and this is going to cinch in your toe. Once you finish those 3 decreases, you're going to single crochet into the end of the round, which is again 12 single crochets. And then we slip stitch to join. After row 7, rows 8 through 18, you are just going to single crochet once all around. That's going to be 16 stitches. You can do that until row 18 or until your desired length. Here I'm going to show you how to sew on the leg. You're going to want to use stitch markers and also keep the tail of your leg long. We're going to use that to sew. Going off the width of our leg, place your stitch markers about where you want your leg to be when the dog is on his back and on his side. You're going to sew close the opening of your leg. No special way. I'm going through both loops back and forth. Don't forget to stuff your leg like I did. And if your tail doesn't line up perfectly, you can go back through your stitches like I'm doing here, so I can finish up sewing the rest of that opening. Now we are going to replace our stitch marker with our needle, making sure that we don't go through the opposite side of our work. And we are just gonna, no special way, just sew back and forth. I like to place my hand inside so I can make sure that I'm not accidentally sewing my work together. Using that second stitch marker as a guide, we are going to sew towards it, basically going down the line of those stitches. You can kind of see your stitches make a column. And again, I'm not sewing any special way. I'm going through both loops and kind of the whole stitch of the body. And if you want to be super secure, you can go back once you've replaced that last stitch marker. You can go back and make sure that the leg is super secure, but it's not going to be holding any weight. It's just for looks, so it doesn't have to be perfect. And yeah, that is how you sew on the leg.